Don't wait for opportunities to knock at your door. Create the door. Welcome once again to the Road Trip Show. Here on the show, we take you on a success journey of young people who are doing amazing in their field of work. And today, I'm so honored, I'm so excited to have with me one. To me, she's a global icon. Yeah, one global icon. And want to use this opportunity to say thank you to you all for the subscription so far. Please keep subscribing. I'm excited to have with me Victoria Quaynor, right? I got the name right.
Yes, we did.
Welcome once again.
Thank you.
How have you been?
I've been pretty awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
how is Corona and life? How are you managing?
This Corona thing.
Right?
We all know, but
Oh.
a lot of programs have been cut off because of Corona, and we are now doing more of the online. You know how the online thing works, so it's become a lot of difficult. Yeah.
I know how busy you've been.
Oh, I should be saying this.
But every time, like, I know how busy you've been.
I should be saying this.
Welcome once again.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's get rolling. Tell me about yourself. Who is Victoria?
So Victoria Quaynor is the second born of 6 children. I grew up somewhere in Amasa and then to Abilimpi, partly because mommy was living in Abilimpi and then daddy was in Amasa. I schooled in Abilimpi. Jolum Academy, later went to Jolum Primary and then Jolum Junior High School. And then schooled for my second year, I went to Christian Methodist Senior High School. And then now in the Ghana Institute of Journalism, yes.
Are you done?
No, I'm not. I mean, they'll find it now.
400.
Yes.
So you'll be graduating this year or
next year?
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you to be a child and a youth advocate. Why did you choose that path?
This was also because growing up in my community, I realized a lot of teenage pregnancy. Most of the friends that I normally hung out with, like not that close, but we talk about things, and had to drop out because of teenage pregnancy. At a point, I didn't understand why. I kind of stigmatized them. I didn't even want to get close, and even the family wouldn't even want you to get close because they think that you become bad influence to you. So I had talk and then was listening one time to a program on radio and happened to be young people talking about their rights, talking about all the things that they face in their communities and how they think it can be addressed. And I felt like at a point, hey, I can also talk about these things here, So there was a point, a call out that answer this question and become part of us. So I answered the question and then I got to participate. So during the journey of participating, I realized that
which call out?
So on radio, answer the question was on young people, and they asked that if you could answer the question, you become part of
them.
So it was Curious Minds at that time, still Curious Minds now. And I answered the question and then I became part of.
How old were you?
I think that was in 2011. Yes, I don't remember. I think I was at 12. I think I was at around 12, 11, 12 at that time, and I got to be part of them. And so we had some talks, capacity building sessions, and all
at age 11, 12.
12, yes. Wow. Even at age 8, we do capacity building and all of that. So it was that time that I realized that hey, there was something wrong with my community, and it also triggered that.
So at that time, where were you living?
Abilimpi, yes. So it also brought that thing out that hey, you always bad with mommy, and then when she tells you what's your, she won't call it that name. She has the name like Popoyoyo. So I was like, okay, maybe it could be that they also don't have the knowledge or the information that they need. That is why they find themselves here. So I decided to take up for myself, like, hey, I want to learn and then become an advocate. So that was my inspiration, like, to become an advocate. Yeah.
So from there, where did you?
So from there, a lot of NGOs volunteering for a lot of NGOs, other networks, speaking on behalf of young people on different platforms. So that was, the journey, from there to now. Yeah.
Okay, so last year you were Ghana's representative for Young Global Leaders Network. Was it No.
Global Change Makers.
Global, yes, sorry, forgive me.
Yeah.
So you're Ghana's representative for Global Change Agent.
Mm-hmm.
How were you picked up?
So Global Change Makers, like every year, there's a pool of young people that comes like from different countries. And so there was a call out, like, you know, on social media platforms and all of that, and asking young people to tell them about what they're doing in the various communities. And it was like through like rating, and then you have to do a video of yourself, you know, exhibiting what you're made of. So I did that, and lo and behold, I was part of the 60 young people that was selected from across the globe, like yes, around the world.
Which country did you go from?
We went to Switzerland. We all converged at Switzerland, and then we had a conference there.
Okay, tell me about the conference.
So the conference was just amazing. Like I'm trying to have a good one. It was just amazing. Like, you know, getting a lot of young people around, you know, talking about the things that they are most passionate about, and young people co-creating and creating solutions that, you know, will solve societal issues. Gone were the days that we didn't have a lot of young people coming out. And even if you are go back.
What triggered the move? I mean, because now I see a lot of young people doing excellence. What actually triggered?
I think we just have to say that it's time. Like, it's time, because we have been on the sideline for a very long time. Young people are supposed to be heard. They're not supposed to be seen. Even when they are seen, they're not supposed to be heard in the first place. And so, like, I mean, I think that it came from one person and like, okay, let me do this, and then the other person takes it, and then we get it rolling. So, like, for me, it was an inspiration, because I was hearing amazing stuff that these young people were doing in their various communities. I was like, wow, I'm so proud to be a young person. So yeah, it was an amazing time during the conference. Yeah.
Okay. So let's what is your goal as a young person or a young advocate? What has been your goal, and have you been able to achieve the goal that you have set for yourself?
When you talk about goal, I always wanted to read law. I don't know how I mean it, but I wanted to become a human rights lawyer, because I always find a lot of children being abused, and I'm not so happy about it. But I really want to have my own business, a catering firm. I always talk about this, like people are like, how does that relate to you? How does that relate? I want to have my own catering firm. I want to have my own clothing firm. Yes. I also want to be a public relations personnel. Talk about
PR in school now?
Yes, I'm doing PR, a public relations personnel. Yes, for my organization that I will work with. I want to work with the UN, like, you know, have that. It's a bit scattered, but
you're currently with UNICEF?
No, I do the youth reports, part of the reporters. Yes, champions for UNICEF. Yes.
Okay. So let's still talk about your goal. So in the I was talking about as a young advocate, I'm sure you've set a goal for yourself that, okay, this is what I'm looking at doing for my society. Have you been able to achieve it? How difficult or easy has it been?
One of my goals is what we are doing, and so I have to applaud you for taking the bold step to talk about young people's stories. It has been something I had written down. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine when I called, and then I was like, this is something I'd really, you know, written down to have it, you know, because I feel that young people have done a lot, and it's always about their, you know, the adults. It's always about the adults. So we don't get to hear the stories of young people, but we've done a lot. So that is one of my goals, and I am giving it big ups for that. Other is also to have a network, which I'm trying to get that network. So young people, like mostly girls, like, you know, mentorship program, which is in the pipeline. Our politicians will say that. It's in the pipeline, and some other few, you know, programs that I normally do, like, you know, talking on radio and some other few things. Yeah, so it's still working out.
So how has the feedback been?
Well, the feedback has been awesome, not awesome, because you won't get it all, you know, perfect. Like, you would sometimes go and then you think that that's the right way, but you know you go back and then everybody's coming like criticizing and everything. But all these things build up. It helps you build up because you know that you don't have everything in mind, and as you're going, the road it's just like a journey, like
exactly.
like journeying on a road. I mean, when you have potholes, you won't have everything like smooth. Oh, it would be a nice drive. Like no, you won't have it. So you have the potholes coming, boom, boom. Then you hit you a bit, and then you go to the normal road, and you feel very comfortable with that. So that is how it has been. Yeah.
Okay, so you currently have projects you're working on.
Currently, no. As I told the girl, the network I am trying to create is actually on the way. So I'm not really running any projects, but I volunteer, as I mentioned earlier, with other NGOs who are doing
which
something.
NGOs specifically?
I do Peace Jam, Ghana, not to put out Curious Minds is also there, DBA, we recently did Hope for Future Restoration Network, and some other.
Coin.
It's not about the money.
I know.
It's totally not about the money.
Yeah, but I mean, are you making something little out of what you're doing?
The little thing I'm making out is the joy that he come with the work that
you want to run away from
I'm not running away from the question. The joy that comes when you volunteer your time to put a smile on the face of somebody, to make sure that what the person is going through is being faced. I have a lot of young people still call me now and then, and that to me is the joy. That to me is the greatest, achievement I can always talk about day and night.
Okay, so I'll still come back to my question. I've worked with I've volunteered for some time, and I know sometimes how difficult at a point this will be, because sometimes you have to be putting your own money for transportation, for whatever you do. So I'll come back to my question. Are you making something, or you're rather losing?
It's a win and lose game. You won't always win, you won't always lose. Sometimes you'd have to, I remember, I think several, we went to some village and then we had to pay something, and then there was a whole, reading sort of thing, like, you have to use your own money for transport, going in and coming back and all of that. And I gladly did, because the whole thing is that you need to know what you want to do, like, what do you want to do? Are you going in to volunteer? Are you going into... People have a lot of, reasons why they do things. And for me, I feel growing up, for my background and what I want to do, it still keeps me going. Even if I have to lose. Sometimes you lose a lot and then it gets you, but everything, it works well. Like, winning game.
Yeah, but the winning should be more, actually.
In
terms of money should be part, the aims that you set for yourself should also be part.
Well, I'm not so. I kept,
conscious about money.
I kept running from the question of the money issue, because when you have a lot of discussions with some people, they say that young people, like, there's that tag. I mean, we're not in for the money. We are in to try and contribute our quota to making the world a better place. So if the money comes, so you get it.
How are you going to fund your own project? How do you aim to fund your own project?
So it's still in the discussion process, because even if you're coming out to the project, you need to really analyze and see how sustainable that project will be. So we are still discussing, but mainly it's not going to be anything that will take lots of fun. And if it's going to be on fund base, we're going to see if our own colleague, like, start with your own friends, your community. I mean, sometimes people can, I have this, I don't have the money, but I have this. Even the time the person even gives to you is worth everything. So it's still in that pipeline. We're discussing that area, like, okay, giving maybe my support, maybe like I can give a camera, I can give this, not, I mean, money per se, but in other areas.
Victoria, what inspires you in life?
Used to thinking different young people who are watching, like, you really do inspire me a lot, because anytime I click on my social media and then I get, scrolling and seeing young people doing amazing stuff, like, keeps me going. And I always say, having the life and then thinking or having the mindset that you can be able to do something to to motivate somebody, and I mean that keeps me going. We all brighten the world, so with our little candles, maybe someone has started with a torch, you have your little candle, you can make it out of that. So that is what really inspires me.
So what do you have to say to any young person watching us and wants to become like Victoria or more than Victoria?
I like the last part more than Victoria, because you can never become like anyone. Like you're unique in your own way. Just do what you are good at, what you love best, because that is what will keep you going. If you would follow the money, I mean, you will go and then you come back and then hitting, oh, I have regretted, but had I known is always thank you. So just do what you're best at and keep moving. Sometimes it will not, I mean, you will not get the support that you need, but that shouldn't, bring you down, because you are more than who you think you are. You're just amazing in your own way. Keep being amazing.
We're moving straight to our next segment, and this is nothing but the tea, nothing but the truth. So whatever you pick, I'll ask you, and you're going to tell me exactly that.
Hey.
So one can maybe say, "I'm about to have 3 more."
Hey.
If you want to,
which questions are they?
Okay, so I'm going to pick up yourself.
I have the right, if I won't answer, I have the right to say I'm not comfortable.
No, okay. So, sorry. You pick one for me. So pick 2.
Hey. Question C.
Miami Biama. Please give me back. Thank you. Okay, so question number 1. How would you like to be remembered? How would you like to be? How would you like to be remembered?
I think, this question.
Okay.
How would I want to be remembered? Just being myself, and also trying, like a young person who has changed her community through her things that she should put out that she will do, like through her discussions, through her projects and other things. I don't really have a concrete thing, but I feel that would help out, like being remembered. Like that's how I want to be remembered. Not just going alone. I want to leave my footprint on the sand sometimes, so that people get to see what I have done also too.
So question number 2. If you could be in any movie, who would you be and why?
Nana Mark Brown.
Why?
I just love how, I mean, I feel that sometimes I have that sense of humor, like she does not, naturally it comes out. And then she's just strong, I mean, she just acts herself out, yeah. She's just cool, yeah. I admire so much.
Oh, I can't wait to see you. Victoria, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We are so proud of you. You inspire most of us, especially me. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you too. You can become whoever you want to become. Just set your mind towards it. There is nothing that you can't do in this world. And like I always say, your age is never a determinant of becoming great. If you want a place to sit, to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, place for party, bridal shower, whatever, just walk into Cisnes Eatery at Liberated Road, Total Filling Station. Is just adjacent to the Golden Tulip Hotel. Find them on Twitter, Instagram, Cisnes Eatery. You can call them on 0302 905955, 0302 905955, or 0500 729480. My name is Afakuma, and my guest today was Victoria Quaynor. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you in the next episode.